Okay, that's good to go. Share the screen. Okay. Everybody see that okay?
Yep.
All right,
Good.
let's start with Jim Murphy.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Good morning.
That's probably what he was thinking. Wow, what are you doing there?
Yeah, I'd like you for lunch, but you're a little big.
My brother-in-law sent me a picture of an osprey and he says, can you get an osprey to look at you like, and so I sent him back this picture. Yeah.
Wow.
I've got a similar one from back east, but he's got a big piece of fish under his claw and he's looking at it.
I remember that shot you
Yeah.
did. That was
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Goofy
this is
looking
funny.
bird.
You're not getting it. Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Yeah.
that is great.
Yeah.
The only thing I did to this really was I just sharpened it a little bit and denoised it a little bit, and then I upped the exposure a little bit on the eyeballs just to make them pop a little more.
Yeah. Well, the eyes have it.
They do.
The eyes have it.
Holy moly.
Too funny. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
curious
good.
if we got rid of some of that sky on top, if it would make it even a little more intense. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'd bring the sides in too, probably a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. There you
And
go.
how do you get rid of that little
Edge.
line on the right-hand side that, I don't know what that is.
Did you
You get
sharpen
that
this?
when you sharpen, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't
yeah.
actually notice that, so I didn't look too close. Yeah, I could probably get rid of that. Go back
Yeah,
and
that's pretty
redo
easy.
it.
One way is to mask your sharpening area when you do it, or do it in layers in Photoshop. So take a layer into your sharpening software and then bring it back, and then just bring the sky back around it. You can do select subject and then bring the sky back around it.
All right, okay.
Pretty easy.
It's a little bit on the left side too, but more prominent on the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but this is, because you got the dark and light. So that's usually where it shows the most. Yeah, you can see it in the areas where it's darkest.
Hmm.
Yep, nice. Other way is take a little bitty clone brush and just go all the way down, but it's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
The way we used to do it before we had layers. No thanks. Okay.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go. Yep.
Mm.
Hmm.
I like that your sky is white.
I'm doing that more and more with some of my pictures, and I kind of like the white effect too.
I really like it. Mhm. Wow.
I think the one with the wings out is a female, and I believe, although I don't know for a fact, that there's eggs in there because she
Mhm.
previously was scrunched down in there for quite a while. And I think the one on the left is a male, but I don't know how to tell the difference between the male and the female.
With raptors, the female's bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess eagles are, the female's 20 to 25% larger than the male.
Wow.
Wow.
Guess we know who's boss. Well, it looks like they've been picking up a lot of fishing.
Yep.
nets and
Yeah.
so forth. Yeah. it's
This
pretty-
was on a little peninsula between the Sea of Cortez and a lagoon, so they had a lot of opportunity to find flotsam and jetsam and put it into their nest.
Mhm.
And all the nests I saw were like that. They all had that kind of stuff in them.
What's
Interesting.
available, huh?
You know,
Yep.
That's just intriguing.
Yeah.
No, very nice. Very nice, Jim.
thank you.
Yeah, very good.
I'm wondering again, maybe just a little less sky. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe just tone down or clone out this little piece here.
Yeah, there's a little piece there.
Yep.
Oop.
Okay. Yeah, and then every time I
Well,
flip
that's
my
nice.
fingers over my mouse, it either skips ahead or goes crazy here, so I'll have to be careful with that. All right.
Fabulous shot here.
Yeah.
What is that bird?
That is a long-billed curlew.
Curlew.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
so I have, you know, again, this is down in Mexico, Puerto Penasco, so you get a lot of wading birds and stuff that you don't see here.
Mhm.
Right.
So, and I did take a shot of a red egret, which I'd never seen before. A couple birds I'd never seen before.
mhm.
So there were some interesting birds down there.
Yeah, these are usually waiting on the shoreline, kind of pecking in the sand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they use that bill to forage for food in the mud.
Yeah.
Anyway, the only thing I kind of sharpened this a little bit, and then I added a little more blue and a little more yellow. It's the blue yellow combo thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so, what do you think? Should I blur the background more, or is that?
I think it's really good.
I like it the way it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
fine.
Yeah,
I think you got it right.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
the
again,
feathers
I
are
would, I
beautiful.
would, I would crop the top off though still.
A little bit, okay.
You know, and then maybe, yes, it's not so centered, and then maybe tone this down a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah, yeah, let's see, maybe we can. Maybe even take a little bottom, but something like that might be nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that feels a little more balanced to me. I
It
think.
does, yeah,
Yeah.
it really does.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then the
tend to-
bird just shows up better.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
tend to like more of this panoramic aspect when you see birds flying. Kind
Yeah.
of gives them direction as well.
Mhm.
And if you have more background, sometimes you can even, you know, do something like this. You don't have enough to carry out, but maybe if it came over to here,
Right,
give them a direction. So,
right.
yeah,
That's just a great shot because the wings are so sharp. It just,
yeah. Yeah, I like the backlighting here too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
oh.
So since it's fine art class, I had to, you know, dress my bird up a little bit.
It looks like something out of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Not a single shot?
That's I took it into my not Microsoft, what am I thinking? Photoshop, and used their star background.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so and also the bird is topazed to I think expressionism was on the bird, and then
Mhm.
I put that background on it just for something different.
Mhm.
Gosh, it doesn't look like you did anything to the bird. It looks
Yeah.
very natural.
Right, yeah.
It's beautiful. Boy, you sure got great detail.
Yeah.
You got a little light in the eye.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Wow.
again, Puerto Penasco, I found a couple of heronries or rookeries where the birds were nesting. There was a lot of blue herons as well.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Yes. Probably on this background, I would just clone these 2 points out. Just this one, my eye keeps going to a lot. so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it's
one's
pretty
just
bright.
kinda Funky.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
I
kind of like that one.
I tried it, you know, I took it out and then I put it back, and I took it out, and put it back, ended up leaving it in. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I
maybe
kind of
just
liked it in there.
It's like a light source, isn't it, for the background?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I tried it both ways. I kind of liked it in. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, on this one, I kind of went back and forth on the observatory should be darker or lighter. So I don't know what people think about that. You know, it's a little more mysterious if it's darker, but more prominent, the features it more. if it's
Excuse me,
lighter.
check library forum PFT meeting.
Oh, there we go. You guys get that?
Whatever you say.
We did.
All right.
So this was shot at 11 o'clock in the morning, and just, you know,
oh, okay.
Then I just darkened it and put the sky, star sky on it.
Now, where do you find the star sky?
Mm,
Is that under-
well, they're available in Photoshop and they're available in, aren't they in as well,
Luminar.
Luminar, right?
Oh, okay.
And
Is
you
it,
can-
is it a sky replacement? Is that where it is?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
a sky replacement, right?
Very nice.
Is the sky in Photoshop, is the sky replacement under the filters? Under the filtered?
No, it's under edit.
Under
Edit.
Edit.
edit, sky replacement.
Okay, I was looking in the wrong spot the other day then. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I think it's dark enough and.
I-
I like dark photos. I personally like
Yeah.
dark photos. I don't know why.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like this because
It
you've
seems
got the
totally-
nebula, you know.
Mhm.
And you're right about the sense of mystery.
Yeah, I would even tend to make this a little more contrasty, so it looks more like night light.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, it seems a little flat compared to what it was.
Okay.
before,
I did flatten it a little bit too. So
Yeah.
there was more contrast actually in the
uh,
rocks.
Yeah, maybe I should, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can imagine because it's daylight.
Right. So there were some of the rocks, the light was really hitting them a lot more than others.
Yeah, I'm not so much on the rocks, but I'm thinking the observatory just looks a
Okay.
little flat to me.
And this is Kitts Peak, of course.
Yeah,
Right.
There was a bunch of stars that showed up on the observatory.
Mm.
So I kind
Oh,
of
you had to clean them off, huh?
had to clean some off. It's like, see, some of them didn't quite clean off there.
Yeah, let's just do a little quickie here. Well, if it was a rocket ship, I guess we could imagine someone in front of it, but since it's not. Oh, I got my flow down. I was wondering why I'm getting those ghosts. There we go. Yep. Now I'm getting messy. All right. Anyway. Make this a little bigger and fill in the rest. Yeah. So, yeah, I would just. What contrast doesn't help on this one? I guess you could play with,
Black.
yeah, a little highlight and shadow, and then black and white. You know, bring up the white a little bit and take the black down a little bit. Not that much, boy.
Oh,
Black
you
really-
really can see the design in it now.
Yeah, black really affects it quickly.
Yeah.
White's not so much. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, maybe just the highlights and something like that.
Yeah.
Can I give you before and after? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be even a little less, but you get the
Well,
idea.
I like that.
Okay,
Nice.
all right.
Oh, that's perfect.
I shot this one yesterday, and in retrospect, I wished I'd have gotten down lower. It would have made a better picture had I was standing up and I gotten down at a lower angle. I think it would have been a better picture.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to get down too low. I was pretty close to the animal. I didn't want to lay down and get charged.
Yeah, you gotta be able to get up and move.
This was
Yeah.
ISO 12,000. This was before the sun
Wow.
came up.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Mhm. And did you blur the background or did you let it?
The
just-
background was blurred, but I went ahead and did subject select, invert, and then blurred it a little bit
blur some
more.
more, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little more than the optics. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a bit more, yeah. Good.
I like
Great
it.
detail.
Yeah. that's fun.
Wow.
How close were you, Jim?
As close as, well, I've been charged before by these animals, so I was as close as I wanted to be. I was 60, 70 feet, 60 feet away, something like that. They came around the corner and they were just right there. So I didn't back off and they went by. And then another one came, female, and didn't see me. And then she just panicked and spun around and took off. And yeah, I gave her a little scare, I guess.
Well, you are pretty scary.
Yeah, that's true.
There.
It did a good job on when I did subject select. I was wondering about those hairs, and I thought it did a pretty darn good job of
Yeah, that's an awesome job.
selecting out the subject.
Yeah, especially on top. I wasn't sure if there was more on there or not. Yeah, they're nice. I like the way it kind of fades too, where the back's soft and the face is really sharp. That's very nice.
Did you have to do any kind of denoise on that high of an ISO?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I think I used the one called low light or something like that.
okay.
Yeah, the other ones wouldn't quite cut it.
'Cause it
was
really looks good when you
Really
said it.
noisy, really noisy.
Yeah, okay. That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
That's the way mine's turned out with poor daylight and high ISO.
Yep,
Very good.
very good. Real nice.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's nice.
That's it, right? Okay.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see what Jim Bowman did. All right. Let me just, so I don't get mixed up, I'm gonna put all these in done. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, this one's called Angry Truckers.
Don't be saying that too fast.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's actually just played around with it with topaz and put that little bit of reddish orange kind of tinge to it in a filter. And otherwise it was just pretty much as is.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like that.
But I guess you can see all the kind of the angry truckers putting up their hands and
They're rather prickly.
they're very quickly. Very quickly.
Very
That's funny. I like that. I like the way it fades back and you've got the little ones back here. And how do you guys feel about this blue in here? You think it?
Yeah, I'd take it out.
Yeah, you could take that out.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
You
contribute.
can bring it down to something like that, or what's over here. Yeah, that could work. Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
So this is over at the Arboretum. And so there's just it was a mountain, I guess you guys have been there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Most of you been there?
Yeah.
No,
been there. It's nice place to go.
Yeah, this is a kind of nearby. There's a kind of a mountain right there with big rocks like you see. And it's just really interesting the way the rocks and the cactus all kind of interact and late in the day. Kind of got some rocks that kind of hold their texture.
Did you do much with the rocks?
Not much, no. I probably,
I wonder if they could use a little more. You use lumina, right?
yeah.
And topaz, yeah, okay. Yeah, that accent might pick it up a little bit. Let's just do AI. It's quick and easy.
What was the name of that arboretum?
It's called Boyce. Well, Boyce Thompson. It's
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this enhance a lot of times can
Oh, wow.
really do a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you can just paint it in where you want it if it's doing too much to the sky, which I think it is. But yeah,
Right.
do a little of that, and then in light, I always like to play with smart contrast, and sometimes it doesn't take much, but yeah, there's a,
It's really bringing the texture out.
yeah, there's a couple points of
Boy,
that.
that's quite nice.
And then structure is always something you can look at too. I usually try and do that at 100%. Yeah, there you go. So quickly, yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and then just mask
Just,
it out
it
of the
just
sky.
woke it up. Yeah.
Yeah, just mask it out of the sky and you're in good shape.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Would you crop those, the left side in a little bit where you've got part of a saguaro peeking in?
Over
Like
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
just,
tough.
if it was a little bit more of it, it would, I think, be okay, but it's just the arms.
Yeah.
I'd almost kind of crop those out. Because they don't really say anything to
Mhm.
your main subject.
Right.
Boy, that really made a difference in the rocks.
Yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
Good work. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Perfect.
Mhm. Okay. That's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is what they call ice plant, and it's sort of that, amazing circular patterns that just you can't help but kind of be awed by it if you look at what they, you like counting them is just amazing. How evenly they distributed. It's just an amazing work.
It's almost like looking at mandalas. Very nice.
Yeah.
And this was in topaz?
Yes, and topaz.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's they called it Buzz Sim Clear Day.
Okay.
Very nice. I like the purples in there.
Yeah, I wonder if taking some of this off here to get rid of some of this dark might help.
Mhm.
And then maybe greening this up just a little bit. I don't know. Although you got it down here too, so
Mhm.
yeah, just maybe lightening it up a little so it's more like that, so it's not quite so stark.
Mhm. Yeah, no, that's good.
Another option could be to just kind of just take a blur brush along the edge, just slightly, just so it's more like that. It's not so sharp. Yeah, there's a few ways you could take the attention away. Okay, cool. Oh,
Nice.
neat.
Mm.
So this is another ice plant. A whole in the area of the Arboretum, they have all these ice plant type places, and this was a unique. The colors were just as you see them,
Wow.
but I didn't touch the original, but I just put a kind of a soft. They call it a chalk smudge contrast on it, but other than that, that was it.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, it brings it down more to a pastel. It's very nice.
Mhm.
Vibrant, yeah. Cool.
Excellent.
Has a kind of a translucent quality to it.
Yes.
How big is this, Jim?
It's about I would say 8 inches in diameter.
Oh,
It's fairly big, you know, as ice plant goes.
Beautiful.
Oh, Mexican.
And this is also an ice plant that just you can see the nice little furry, I don't know what they're called, but it's kind of just interesting.
I love the colors.
Yeah. Yeah, almost looks like there's a frost on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those ice plant do that. They kind of like have that furry,
Mhm.
like kind of, I don't know what it is about that makes them look like that, but it's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Very cool. I've never seen it
Yeah.
close up.
Yeah.
When I lived in the Bay Area, they used a lot of ice plant as along the freeways, along the edges.
Yeah. And those used to have leaves kind of like a
Mhm.
aloe or something like that, about 4 inches long.
No, more like this.
Like green peas.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks more like that. I don't remember the flowers that they had, but they did.
Yeah, they bloom
Flowers.
once a year only
Yeah.
in the spring.
Interesting. Well, nice, Jim. Thanks.
Yeah, that place
Nice.
at Boyce Arboretum, I would say I was there a little bit early. I expected to see more blossoms, but probably in a week or two, it could be really, really nice because they have all sorts of, you can buy plants and you can also see lots of stuff in bloom, probably coming up in just a couple of weeks.
How far is that from here, Jim?
Maybe 100 miles.
Oh,
That's
okay.
straight north, and you go through Oracle, and then you kind of take the cutoff road to Florence, and you go through Florence, and then you go on to Hayden, if you know where Hayden is.
No.
You'll see the turn off to Hayden,
Okay.
Superior and Hayden, and then you just cut off there, and it's right there. It's like just beyond it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you can look it up. It's well marked.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go down to Kim.
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez.
These are all back in my archives. These are from a few years ago, all from the island of Bonaire. So these iguana are just all over the place, and they're not really afraid of anybody. So you can, this is cropped in, but I was still pretty close to this guy when I got the picture. Then just took it into Topaz to bring out the detail in the scales a little bit more, and then brought up some of the hue and saturation around the eye to bring out the yellows, the orange and yellows, and that red from whatever he was eating in his mouth.
Might have been the
That's
pizza I was
great.
feeding them. Was this at the north end in the dryer area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it
Up by 1,000 steps, I think, somewhere in that area.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
were even further north than that. And we had brought a little takeout pizza with us. So we sat down. All of a sudden, we felt like something was watching us. And we looked at it, about 5 of them converging on us. Yeah. So we felt
Yeah.
friendly. Pretty amazing.
It looks like this guy might have had some pizza.
Yeah.
Very well
I
be. Who knows?
Yeah. I think they like the cheese more than anything. But who doesn't like cheese? Yeah.
As long as they don't eat you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to bother a person.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking of darkening the side here maybe just to get a little more separation, but
Okay. I
yeah.
tried, once I masked it and I was trying to bring it down in Lightroom, it just, because when I had it masked, it still wasn't, you can see in the lower right corner, I was having trouble because it didn't pick that up in the mask, and then I had to do an add mask to add to it, but then it wasn't behaving right with the exposure and everything, so it was,
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do another one and do it over the one you did. Like
okay,
you get one to bring this whole area down and it's not enough for here, and then you just do another one and just do this area.
okay.
With a separate one, yeah.
Hmm.
That'll help you out. Okay.
And this
Oh.
is the capital of on Bonaire. This is Crowlendijk.
Yep.
And then this is their harbor area.
Hmm.
Where is this, Ken?
Bonaire is part, they call them the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao.
No, Aruba, okay.
Aruba.
So it's down, they're Dutch, it's Dutch, and they're off the coast of Venezuela.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you do any snorkeling or night diving on the pier?
We did not. We did a couple night dives one year, and neither of us felt real comfortable doing night dives. Kind of weird.
they can be-
So, we haven't done that. We haven't even been diving in about 5 years now. We need to get back down there.
Yeah.
But this picture, I brought the colors up just a little bit, and a little bit of the detail. Otherwise, I did do a sky replacement because the sky was just flat and kind of gray.
Mhm.
But I didn't play with the colors a whole lot. I just wanted to bring it up a little bit in the buildings. The water is pretty much how it
Yeah.
was.
Mhm. Nice. Yeah, you got the nice warm light
Yeah.
going too.
Yeah.
Memory serves me, Crowlendike's on the west side of the island, so.
Yes, I believe you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually have cruise ships that come in now.
Yeah, I saw one the last day we were there, and geez,
Yeah.
when was that? It had to be about 92 or 93 last time we were there. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, it's really been a while then for you. Yeah.
It doesn't look that much different.
No, it probably hasn't changed that much. It's not, it's a diver's island. It's not a tourist, it doesn't have beaches for swimming.
Yeah.
It's a diver's
Yeah.
island.
Exactly.
What I noticed about it was the buildings looked like Dutch. They didn't look like
European.
Caribbean or
Right.
South American.
Well, it used to be, they would take guilders, that was their currency. But then the last time we were there, which, as I said, it's probably been at least 5 years ago, they no longer were taking guilders. It was all American money.
Oh,
Interesting.
And
nice.
this is the lighthouse that's on the island. And then I'm assuming the old building that's back further is the old keeper's house that's just totally abandoned and derelict.
Mhm.
It's a nice shot.
Thanks, just converted it to black and white.
Yeah,
Be nice.
nice shot.
Yeah, that's great.
The lighthouse itself, that stripe going up is red and red along the
Oh,
base.
wow.
I think black and white was a good choice.
Yeah. Sky looks great.
It kind of reminded me of some of Ansel Adams' work.
Oh, wow. Thanks. But that gives you an idea. This is was the north, that's on the north coast, right, Sandy? Do you remember for sure? I think that's the north side, because it's really rough. The terrain is really rough. You can't even,
Yeah, it's on the windward side, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But toward the southern end of the island, but on the windward side, yeah.
Right, okay. These are slave huts. People actually lived in these things. And I really didn't do a whole lot to this, brought the detail up just a tiny bit. But the colors are pretty much the way it was. And there's the entrances to these places are on the back side. You can't see them. So they're all facing the ocean.
Mm.
But there's no, they slept on the ground. There's no, unless they had some sort of cots for the slaves back then, which I doubt if they did. And they're not very tall. They're not, you've got a duck to, if you want to even
Yeah.
try to get into them.
Mhm.
These are called the white, they've got the white slave huts, red and yellow, I think, or red or white and yellow.
Yeah. Wow, this looks almost identical to when I was there. Pretty amazing. Well, it looks like there's some new buildings here that weren't there.
Yeah, I don't remember what that is.
Maybe somebody's home or something.
Could be.
Yeah.
There are some buildings that, well, when we were there last, you could see where they had started building on a couple of like probably apartments or maybe hotels, and then, you know, hard times hit and everything came to a stop. And this one building's just got is just tagged with all sorts of pictures and graffiti on it and everything. It was just, you know, it was just left. They never did anything with it.
Yeah. It's such a flat island, and when you see a cruise ship coming in, because you're almost at the water line, you know, and then this monstrous thing, you know, several stories high and hundreds of feet long. It's just outrageous.
It looks like something out of Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah.
Like, it just, you know, like it's the island of Lilliput and all these little people, and then you got this huge boat that's just docked.
Yeah. Yeah. They really look out of place. Well, that's
And then
cool.
this
That's
is,
nice.
oh, thank you. These are, windsurfing is a big thing there. There's a big bay where everybody congregates, and these are just some of the boards that were up against for rental against the hut business that was there. And I took this into Topaz and then just put a chalk pastel filter on it.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I was wondering, maybe a white vignette.
Okay.
Would help, yeah, and kind of break it in and out.
Okay.
Kind of be neat. That bay, at the one end, they were shucking conch, and they had like a mountain of conch shells. I don't know if that's still there or not.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Doesn't mean it wasn't there, but yeah.
But yeah, that windsurfing was amazing there.
Oh yeah, we stood and watched them for a good, probably close to an hour.
Yeah, because the bay's pretty big, and they have a really long distance before they have to, you know, traverse to come back. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing those in.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Maureen. Whoops. Too many there.
Oh,
Interesting.
I went to a SCA event they had at Hummel Park in Tucson on Saturday. And this woman was so beautiful, and her outfit was, it's just black velvet, and then had this wonderful dragon embroidered on it, and lots of decorative lace and whatnot. I just thought she was striking. And I asked her if I could take her picture, and she said I could. So she stood up. This was a hoop skirt. So when she sat down, it was all poofy around her.
oh,
She goes, I have to stand up. I have to stand up. So, and I just thought she needed a castle.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So I went out, and there's this free website I used to use a lot when I did web development, that you can get images for free. And they had a lot of castles. And I just wanted one kind of that looked very simple and really old. And this one kind of fit the bill.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
Thank you. I put texture over the top of it. There's several layers of background behind the castle, and a couple of layers above it of texture. And then I put 2 layers of texture on her to kind of age her a little bit,
Oh,
because she looked a little too perfect to blend with the castle, I thought.
Now, will she appreciate you deliberately aging her?
No, this is really funny that you said that because I sent the images to her this morning and she said, oh, my family just loves it. They think I look so young. And I said, oh, no, I didn't do anything to make her look younger. I actually, like I said, with the texture to kind of age the dress and age her just a little bit. But I must have masked her 5 or 6 times. It was really hard to mask the hair. I finally ended up doing it pixel by pixel at 300 because I just couldn't get it right. And then it wasn't doing the edges of her arms and shoulders and stuff right, too sharp. And so I finally ended up feathering it and bringing the edges in a little bit and smoothing it, and that helped because it was just too the edges of her and her arms and stuff just too sharp, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't blend well. And then I put several different gradients on it to darken the back and then to lighten her up. And it's nice to be able to do that when they're on different layers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I can darken and lighten exactly what I want and not affect, you know, the other parts that I didn't want affected. So I did 2. I did this one and then I have one more.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I did a different background with this one. It's actually Versailles, and I did it as a luminosity blend. So it really took kind of like the color out of it. And then I had taken a picture of 2 of the guards. So they're kind of the left of her. And so they're on a different layer. And I put them with the luminosity as well. So took the color out of them and kind of shoved them back up against the wall a little bit. I think I like the other one better. I have one in sepia that is really nice.
Yeah, I like this, but I agree with you. I like the one with the castle better.
They're both excellent, and I think it's a matter of a personal choice. I personally like this one, I think, a bit better.
Oh, okay. She liked them all, so
Well, I do too, but
That's all that matters.
that's all that mattered. Yeah, she was happy.
Yeah. And I think the colors and the textures you picked to
Yeah, it took a while. You know, I tried several different colors. I went from the blues to the purples to the greens. Her background, she was in a kind of a yellow white tent. So all around her was this yellow that I had to get out of there. And, yeah, it was pretty startling in her hair and stuff that I had to take it out.
I think the blue works quite nicely. It doesn't overpower her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was from Maricopa. There were people there from Flagstaff and Sierra Vista and quite a group, because they haven't been able to play is what they called it for 2 years. They were all anxious to get out and show off their costumes.
Yeah. Excellent.
Then on Sunday, I went to a cross-country show at the fairgrounds. And so this is when you take photographs of people jumping, this is what you want, is that those 2 front legs tucked like that. And the back legs, you know, straight on the behind. You can see how that horse is, and the physicality of him to jump. He was probably at least 1,000 pounds to get over that. And it was a pretty high jump. Pretty high jump. But it's a beautiful course. I had never been there. I didn't even know it existed. A friend told me about it. And the course is just really beautifully done. Beautifully done. And you want to go, then I started having fun after I took some serious ones. I started doing panning. So the next 2 are panned.
I wonder if maybe taking a little of this foreground out would bring more emphasis to her.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think I still have enough room. If I did that, I still have enough room for the horse to move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I suppose you could take a little side off too.
Mhm. Yeah, I took quite a bit off the sides.
Yeah. Maybe just a hair more.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is that an annual event then, Maureen?
Actually, it's twice a year, April and I think it's October.
Hmm.
And there were people there from Banff, Canada,
Wow.
and some other place in Canada, people from Florida, all throughout it. You can just go, you don't have to be state, but in the state of Arizona, they do this one twice a year.
Hmm.
And it's relatively new, the course.
Hmm.
They've done a beautiful job on the course.
Oh, so here's the panning.
Here's my panning.
Oh,
This was
that's
one of the
nice.
water hazards. I just loved how the water sprayed
Mhm.
out and
Yeah.
how focused the horse and the rider were.
yeah.
Some horses, you could see that their whole face is grimaced and their eyes closed when they hit the water. Some wanted to jump the entire pond, like, I don't want to have that hitting me. I don't want water around me. I'm going to get out of here really fast. But I just liked how the panning effect on this one was kind of
Yeah,
fun.
pretty cool. Yeah, the water is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What was your shutter speed? Do you remember, Maureen?
I started at 50 and then I went to 40 and I ended up at 30. So I'm not sure what this one is. Most of them are done
In that
at
range,
30.
though. In that
Yeah.
range.
I forgot what the range was. And when I started doing it, because I was shooting at like 1,000 to 1,200. And then I brought it down into the hundreds and I wasn't getting any blur. So I thought you better go a lot lower than that.
Yeah, you gotta go 60 or below for sure, depending
Yeah.
how fast they're going.
I couldn't remember. It was just like, oh, I want to do something fun.
Yeah, yeah, that worked. Okay.
This one, I have no idea where that red color on that horse came from. I'm thinking the person that is to the left of the rider sitting in a chair might have had something red on the ground and it just spilled all over that horse. But I just thought that was a really interesting photograph. And I took it down to where, because it's kind of high key, because that's what happened when I was trying to shoot, because it was a bright day to shoot at that low shutter speed. But I liked it better kind of washed out. I took it down and the horse was quite a dark gray color. I liked him as the white. And I left the people in. There were actually more people to the right. I cropped them out. I just thought they kind of made it more interesting too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like it.
Thanks.
I mean, if you wanted to get rid of that red, you could just desaturate that area with a brush.
I like it. I just thought it was
kind of like it.
kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no idea how it got, because that was not on the horse.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting.
The word.
It almost looks like a tablet or something.
Is it something in the foreground that's out of focus, or?
It could have been. I don't know, but how it got on the neck,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the color spilled onto the neck too. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Go all through the bridle and.
Might have been a red steak.
Oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think a steak.
I bet you it is, because they mark the course with red poles, red and white
Oh, there you
poles.
go.
Oh, that makes
Ah.
sense.
It could be a red
Yeah.
pole that's just blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could be pretty narrow too, like.
They were like PVC pipes.
Yeah, yeah. It just blurred with your movement. Yep.
I bet.
Yeah, if you look
was.
now, you can see that it's a post. If you look
Yeah,
up
you can
in
see
the
the
chest
top
and
is kind
follow
of
it down,
squared.
it is a
Yeah.
post.
Yep, you're right. Well, that took the mystery out of it.
Yeah.
In a lot of the photos I took of panning, it blurred the posts. So the posts were very narrow, but it made them
Yeah.
quite wide
Yeah.
and transparent.
Yep.
So that's what that did. That's what that is.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh,
Interesting.
mystery solved.
Yeah.
Mystery solving.
Fun. Well, I like these first two. That's a
you.
nice series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the panning. Yeah, nice.
The panning was just fun. I hadn't done it in years. And like I
Yeah.
said, I forgot how to do it.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Let's go to Wendell.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. This was just a kind of a street photo. I was in a park and this couple who I believe were Middle Eastern because of her scarf. But I think she must have been imitating the shape of the pathways with her arm up like that, her arms out. And that's what I thought was unique about this. So I just got a picture of them. It's just a simple touch up in Photoshop. One thing I noticed happened, and I don't know why I didn't do anything that extreme, but those red flowers behind the lady kind of got clumped up. All the detail went away. I guess it was just one of the adjustments I made, but
Saturation, probably.
yeah, that could be. I probably did boost the saturation a little bit, especially to get things like the walkway showing up a little more.
Mhm.
But anyway, it was just kind of a interesting scene.
picture within a picture.
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
a
right. He's taking it.
Yeah.
And the fact that
It's
both,
so joyful. The look on her face is so
Yeah.
joyful.
Let me entertain you.
Yes, indeed.
yeah, she wasn't dancing or anything that I saw, but she looks like she could be
She
posing as a
could be,
dancer. Yeah. And they both got blue shirts on.
Mhm. Very nice.
Anyway, just a fun happening.
Okay.
Okay, I'm playing around yet with this deal of inserting one picture inside another, and did one last week on painted desert, but this one I just took, used a black and white conversion on the background, the main image, and then cut out the center part here and left it in color. And it's done a little bit of touch up in Photoshop, but the main process was Topaz, one called Hummingbird Wings. And then over that, I used a watercolor reduced down to 20% opacity. So it didn't have much effect, but I thought it kind of toned down some of the hummingbird wing treatment to get it more like closer to a painting, maybe.
Where is this, Wendell?
This is on the Amalfi coast of Italy. In fact, this isn't the town of Amalfi, I don't believe, but it's one right along that section of coastline.
Very pretty.
I really
Yeah.
like what you're doing. It's just
Yeah.
intriguing.
That's
Yeah.
good fun.
Yeah, I'm just playing around with these. Well, tomorrow I'll be showing the reverse of this, where
Over.
the center picture in black and white.
A twofer.
Yeah, right. Once I did all the cutting out and everything, well, it was pretty easy just to flip them. So,
Yep.
But I like that you frame the cutout. So when
yeah,
you look at this one, it looks almost like you matted this
right,
picture
Yeah.
yeah,
with a black and white mat
right.
of the picture. It's very, it's like I said, it's intriguing what you're doing. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
awesome.
That was done using that polygon selection tool. I just go along one edge and make a narrow rectangle sort of with that, using the shift key so I didn't go wandering. And then I went all the way around. I put the darker gray on the top and left side, and then a little lighter shade on the right side,
Mhm.
bottom.
Mhm.
And then when I finally got done, I blew everything up and made the little notches and or lines in the corners to make it look like the end of a mat cut.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, it does.
I did the same little lines on the corner of the frame itself too.
Mhm.
So anyway,
Very
just,
nice. Great
uh,
detail.
yeah, it worked out nice. That's certainly a beautiful area.
Certainly is.
Oh, yeah.
And the roads just clinging to the cliffs there,
Mhm.
all the stone supports for the bridges. Amazing.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's about all I can say about that one. I'm probably done with these insert pictures for a while.
Oh, don't. Keep going.
Okay. Okay, maybe I'll find another.
I like them.
This one was taken in Italy, actually in Florence. And it was just a little hotel door that I thought, doesn't look like it's the main entrance, but had the name over it. So I thought that was kind of nice. And this one, again, normal touch up in Photoshop, and then Topaz filter called Celestial Skies, which was quite bright yellow, but I toned it back about 50%. And it gave this warm yellowish look, which is a little brighter than what the original had, but not too bizarre.
Mhm.
And just cropped it in, but had to crop off the signs to the left because there was a man standing over there
Oh,
and
Okay.
a drain pipe coming down the side of the building. So
mhm.
I figured nobody needed to see all the signs anyway. So, but anyway, it just looked inviting and typical Italy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Very nice.
I like the warmth.
Yeah, that's what I was really wanting here. So, okay, this is,
I know where that's at.
yeah, in Pompeii.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, this is an impressive ruin.
Yes, it is.
And this was done just, again, little work in Photoshop on, mostly I took out a little sign on the left side there below the white sign. There was a little post sticking up there. I had to clone that out. But the main treatment was Topaz line and ink filter, which gave it a more stark, almost a painting look. And got the cobblestones and the street showing up
It
nicely.
did a real nice job down
Yeah.
there.
It's very,
Yeah.
very graphic looking. I like it.
Yeah, that line of ink, I like that.
Yeah.
I probably use it as much as any of the Topaz filters. But anyway, I did like the perspective of this and the huge
Mm.
stone structures that had been all covered by ash for centuries.
I thought the crosswalks were interesting.
Oh, yeah, the three stones there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like for the longest, when we was there, I couldn't figure out what that was. And I run into somebody that explained that.
yeah, and like they probably had water running down there, maybe sewage.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it was an interesting place.
So it's kind of like little stones across a creek. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one get
uh-huh.
flooded pretty bad at times.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yep.
Okay, this is follow-up to what one of Sandy's of David's statue.
All right.
It was mentioned about the unfinished ones, which this is in Florence
Mhm.
museum there. And this was one that was pretty well finished, but looks like they got a lot to do up on the head yet, and maybe around the his torso there. But what I was wondering about, it looks like there's not enough stone left up there over his head to put anything.
Mm.
But,
You know, there's various theories about that work. Some people say that it was done like that deliberately.
Oh,
done later in his career.
yeah.
But
Well, what I'd understood was this much was done by his apprentices. And
Yeah.
then, I'm not sure who the sculptor was, if it, but anyway, looked like an experienced sculptor did some of the body, but maybe just hadn't gotten to the head yet to work out the details there. So, there were some that were even less finished, but I didn't have as good a picture of them, so I put this one in. It does show the partially finished, or what I've taken to be partially finished statues. So,
Yeah, there were some that were even rougher. That was kind of interesting.
right, yeah, yeah. But anyway, still, what there is there is beautiful.
Mhm. Definitely. Okay, well, thanks.
Uh-huh.
I like the way you left it warm because you've got that
Yeah.
upper lighting that comes down and makes everything kind of warm. And then the
Yeah.
interior lighting too, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty much the way it looked. I think it was a little warmer in the picture because the light wasn't that bright in the inside, but
Right.
anyway.
Okay, well, thanks for bringing those in.
Mhm.
So, got the L's left. All right, Al Crawford.
Oh,
We're talking about experiments here.
yeah, okay.
This was, the picture is in San Clemente, California, San Clemente Pier, from Casa Romantica. It's the home of, or was the home of the first mayor of San Clemente, which is now a museum. But I took this one into Topaz and did some playing around with it. And I applied the whisk wires filter at 40%. And then on top of that, I did Summer Dawn. And then when I got it back into Lightroom, I had to, for whatever reason, I thought it looked pretty good in Topaz, but it came out way too bright in Lightroom. So I toned it down.
Yeah, it seems that the viewing between Lightroom and Topaz are different. That happens a lot. Sometimes it's a little flatter, and sometimes it's not as bright. It's very strange, but yeah, you
Yeah.
have to adjust it many times. Yeah, so that's not uncommon. I guess their viewing lookup tables are between what they're showing you and what they render are pretty different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah.
what you see is what you get.
Not exactly. Yeah.
WYSIWYG.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's look at this next one here. So that was the before.
Okay, this of course is the same picture,
Uh,
but I took it into Luminar
Mhm.
and I applied under sunsets the dream film
Mm.
preset.
I like this treatment better. For some reason, in your first treatment, all the water underneath the pier was white. And that was kind of disturbing to me. Where the other treatment, the water looks more realistic.
Yeah, I think that's part of that filling in between hard surfaces that some of the filters in Topaz does.
Mm.
You get just a solid tone. Yeah.
Yeah, I
A
did.
lot of work to go in there and fix that.
Oh, God, it wouldn't be worth
not
it.
worth it.
Yeah.
No, it would
Well,
not.
I suppose you could just do a brush overall
Yeah.
and just darken it down. It would be less
Yeah.
noticeable rather than trying to pull it out
Mhm.
between everything. But I
Yeah.
do tend to like this one better. It just
I do like this one
Yeah,
a
I do
lot
too.
better.
Mhm.
It has a lovely feel to it too.
Yeah.
Now in the original, I imagine you have more detail on the flowers.
Not really. And
Oh.
in both of these cases and in the original, I had to reduce the luminosity and or saturation in the reds
Okay, yeah,
because it just came out.
yeah, yeah, okay. All righty.
That's a postcard look, though.
Yeah, it does.
Very
It
nice.
does, yeah. Nice. Well, you didn't use your remove spot filter there. but-
Oh,
Yeah, but anyway, I would probably just knock this bird out because it just doesn't quite look like it's, it almost looks like a speck there or something.
Mhm.
And these guys, this one and this one look a little more realistic. Very nice. Yeah, I like this one way better than the first
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
it's more romantic
Mhm.
looking.
It is.
And this
Oh,
is-
that's
Oh,
nice.
that's lovely.
Great.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Now that's the same pair, obviously not the same shot.
Right.
And this is actually at sunset.
Yeah.
The other one was in midday.
Oh,
Mhm.
But I was walking on the beach underneath the pier
mhm.
and I had to lighten this up, but everything that was done to this one was done in Lightroom in the basic panel. I didn't do anything else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I did adjust colors and saturation, and I brightened it up a bit to get a little bit of detail in the water and the sky, but and I didn't really want any detail in the pier itself.
Mm-mm.
One interesting thing, I definitely wanted to leave the lamps there, so I debated, should I take the power lines out or not?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I decided, well, I really want to leave them in,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but you know, Topaz or Luminar just came out with the power line removal too. So I took it into Luminar and see what happened if I removed the power line and it didn't touch them.
Oh,
oh, wow.
Maybe because they're double like that, but
Yeah.
yeah, I really like this.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Too. Yeah.
I do too.
It pulls your eye right into the,
Yeah,
yeah.
I bet you, I bet you it's
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
on a curve and not in a straight line.
Yeah.
true. And it's interesting. There's detail to it.
Yeah.
It's not just a straight line.
Yeah. It looks like a string of lights, maybe.
It does.
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought, like those.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah,
like
it
lights.
is.
Yeah.
If you'll zoom in on it, I think you'll see that it's broken up. And I think that's why,
Yeah, those are lights.
Mhm.
and I think that's why Luminar didn't think it was a power line.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
can see here their lights.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I like this netting in here. That's good.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see the water splashing on the
Yeah.
supports down there on the pier. That is really
Yeah.
cool.
Very nice image.
I love the glow on the water of the
Yeah.
sunset. It's just
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially in here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
This one-
on the Pacific coast, at sunset, you're facing west, so it really
Yeah.
worked out nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bet.
And the clouds were beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
I noticed that on both of the previous treatments, it looked like the structure of the pier was a lot lighter, like the posts were a little thinner. These look pretty dense. Of course, you're looking down the
Yeah,
length of the pier, but they do look heavier here than in either of the other treatments.
Mhm.
that Casa Romanica was built in the 20s. And I don't know if that pier was there in the 20s, if he actually had that view.
Oh,
Mhm.
But I know
Oh,
one
yeah.
view he had that it's not there anymore, and it's a good thing. That coast at that time was filled with oil well derricks.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Nice image. Very
Yeah,
nice.
nice shot.
Yeah.
Al.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing those in. Okay. Here's Alan.
Oh,
That's nice.
nice.
Yes, thanks. This is a shot from yesterday's walk in the park. This is a
Oh,
mountain chickadee, and it's
Oh, so cute.
a little bit different than, there's 3 different varieties, I think. But these little guys are so small, and I was reading up on them, and apparently they store their food for the winter, and
Oh, wow.
just like little squirrels, they hide this stuff away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got such a flat face for
Yeah.
a bird, you know?
Just looks so different. This one looks so different from the other ones. So,
Might be because he's all puffed up.
Mhm.
well, if you were up here, you'd be puffed up as well.
I'll bet. I'd be gone.
Is he black and white, or did you turn this to a black?
No, that's his cut. That is the color.
That's a color.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a
very
little
pretty.
flecks on the branch.
Yeah, it's real.
Great
fun.
detail on the feathers there.
Yeah,
Mm.
very sharp.
It's just it was just a nice tone. Yeah.
Great texture. I really like that.
Mhm. Yeah. Kind of,
Yeah, I really like the little bit of color in the branch. Just
Yes.
yeah, a little bit just coming back through here to bring your eye right to him.
Mhm.
I'm wondering about this branch here, if we ought to crop it out or blur it more. I don't know.
I was wondering about the one above his head.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that one I blur a little more too.
Yeah, either take it out or blur it up.
Yeah, I'd blur it up quite a bit. Although you could easily just close this part out and then blur this up some more. You know,
Yeah,
that might be an option too. And you can do
but it's a relatively unusual crop for me. It's a little bit more rectangular,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
letterbox style, and I just like the length of the branch kind of leading in there.
I like the curve of that branch because it kind of frames him.
Yeah.
It mimics the shape of the bird a little bit too.
And I thought that branch to the left there that you're talking about there, Sandy, I thought that kind of stopped your eye from kind of wandering off.
Yeah, I liked it. I like it.
Yeah, I could do that too. It does kind of frame them. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have more of it here?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Yeah, the only one I was really concerned about was that one above his head. I was,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think lightening it too a little bit because it's dark right here.
Yeah.
Could help push it back, but just be easy to clone this part right out,
right.
or even just clone the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. I'd probably do this one too, though.
Okay.
Oh,
What a smile.
This is my 4-year-old granddaughter who thinks she's 24.
Really?
I was taking some photos for my wife for a business photos, and she wanted to get in on the act. So you don't have to tell her what to do. This is what she does.
Wow.
So
That's great.
so I lightened up the back quite a bit just to
Mhm.
change
it gives it a real angelic kind of feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way you blew it out a little here too. Yeah, nice.
I had a little bit of a high key on it to
Mhm.
Yep,
bring the skin up, tone up a little bit.
very nice.
Good, thanks.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
This is one of my mushrooms for last summer. And we were talking a few weeks ago, we were talking about taking multiple shots of, with your 105 macro.
Uh-huh.
And this is 12 shots of this
Oh.
particular one. And that's some stacked together.
Hmm.
Just a natural light source.
Mhm.
So that was in camera.
You stacked them in your camera?
Yeah. I stacked them in Lightroom, but the camera did the focus shifting for me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Reminds me of a Star Wars figure.
You know
Mhm.
what?
oh, yeah.
You
Yoda.
would be the first one that said that.
Yeah, so I was watching something the other day and they were showing stacking in an icon. And I guess they give you a composite preview that's kind of like a black, high key black and white where you can see the edges.
Oh, I didn't see that, Sandy. No.
Yeah, I think she was using a Z6 or 7.
Hmm.
Yes.
And there was something where it showed it all composited together and almost looked like a high key lithograph. And basically you just saw the edges so you can see if you had enough of them to get front to back. And then if you didn't, you could, shoot more. It was kind of interesting.
Oh, if you've still got that link, I wouldn't mind seeing that
Yeah.
because I don't know that feature.
Does Lightroom have a focus stacking capacity?
Yeah. Well, this is,
Photoshop does.
No, you gotta do
Oh,
a
sorry,
Photoshop, I
Photoshop.
believe, yeah. Yeah, and you want to align the images and then stack them.
yeah.
Because even with a tripod, you can get a little drift sometimes. And if you do a lot of them, you can make an action, which is what I ended up doing. I made an action where you align them, and then you blend them, and then you select them all, copy them, and make a single one above it of all of them. And then if you like that, you can take all the ones that it took all the sharp areas out of and throw those out. Or the other thing you do is just flatten it and save it that way if you don't want to save all the layers, because they get pretty big. Sometimes they get like
Yeah.
2 gigabytes or more.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh,
So this is just a little vase of flowers that we have in a coffee table, and the light just coming through the window. Just I just had to take a photo of it. It was
Mhm.
mhm.
very nice.
Yeah.
so there's multiple different choices of cropping in this. I chose to keep the whole thing because I really liked the reflection. I thought that's what really made it. But you could crop that at the base of the vase, or you could even crop it up, right up at the top of the vase. So I tried it a few different ways, but I still like this one the best.
Yeah. I think,
Me too.
I like that.
you got the bigger base of the vase to balance the top
Yeah.
part.
And what I really like personally on this one is that top right hand rose. It just disappears into the shadows.
Mhm. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, that works.
Oh.
Interesting.
Huh.
So there's a group of us here. We're going to go down to this location at the end of the week because there's a full moon coming up, and we're going to do some night photography on these hoodoos.
Oh.
And this is a shot I took actually about a year ago, and I thought, well, you know what, I think this lends itself to having a nice Milky Way sky and behind it.
Yep.
So this is a composite shot here.
Yeah. Hmm. And these are just outside Calgary somewhere?
They're fairly close. It's in a little town called Drumheller.
Oh,
We find there's a lot of dinosaurs bones are found in this area.
oh.
There's a really beautiful museum there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Utah.
Yeah, I think of them out in the desert.
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
in
but then you
Canada.
got the snow here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was a good fit for a Milky Way. So.
I thought you were gonna say you had run this through that neutral filter for winter.
Oh. That's the
What
real.
is that, about April or May for you?
This is about a year ago, so probably last March or February or March.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice.
Got a shooting star there on the right.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Or a satellite.
Oh, yeah.
These are really interesting formations, right?
Mhm. They look otherworldly.
Yeah.
There's some similar ones up near Santa Fe, but they're more pointy, almost like tents.
Oh, I've been to that place, Sandy.
Yeah,
That's tent rocks, they call
Tent
them.
rock, that's it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, those are interesting too.
Yeah, I've got some of these shots.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yeah, Tom, and last but not least.
Oh,
This
Yeah.
was taken in Switzerland. This is at a hotel we stayed at, and they had these guys come in and perform in the evening.
I was going to say, is this at 6 o'clock in the morning?
No, this is more like 6 o'clock in the evening.
okay.
The lights were bright. I cropped quite a bit of the top down, tried to do some of the lights. This is a JPEG-ish, JPEG print, and the original I got back at home. And I tried to light them, and it just turned to muddy, or darken the lights, and it just got kind of muddy. So I just don't think there's enough information there to do much with them.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah, the way to cheat that down is to add some warmth into it when you're doing it. So let's just, because that happens a lot. So let's just grab one of them real quick here. Yeah, anyway. So if you start pulling the highlights down, it gets really dirty. But then if you change the temperature,
Oh,
and you can add a little red too, that helps. And then I would,
okay.
yeah, I would turn off the auto mask. Where the heck is that? I can never find it. Oh, no, that's reset.
Well, that matches the pink in her
There's the auto
strip.
mask. Yeah, you can turn the auto mask off and kind of maybe go down to 20-30% and bleed it out a bit. You know, so it's not so harsh. Well, let's try 100%. My all the way up. Yeah, I guess my flow's there. I don't know why it's not painted so much, but maybe that edge was already there. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the edge was there. But once you got it, you can just keep adding it wherever you want. Now that's probably a little too red. Then maybe take that.
Yeah, I did that, but I didn't do the tint. I didn't do anything with the tint or the temperature.
Yeah, if you change the color, and then you can monkey with the saturation a little too. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was shot with my D90
Uh-huh.
probably 10, 12 years ago, something like
Yeah,
that. So
Yeah. And then, you know, if it's a little green, you can pull the red in there, like in these areas. Yep, that's one way to take care of that.
okay, I'll have to
So
remember
it's
that.
just not muddy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. She's really wailing on there, huh?
This was in Vienna, Austria. I just like Looked like this was grandma walking up to her
Yeah.
grandson or son. You gotta get up, get back on the horse.
Horse looks a little broken.
That's great, the sculpture, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd been raining that day, so you got the reflection in the street and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
And that's probably why there wasn't that many people around, because it was just raining enough that people were burnt out, so it give you better shots.
Yeah.
Sculptures look like they've had some topaz treatment on them.
Yeah, I have a nice patina. Yeah. Very fun.
Interesting.
There's a sculpture I know in Ojai, California, that does similar things.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
I have to grab, I've got a few of his sculptures in the house. I'll grab a couple of shots and show them to you
hmm.
sometime. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
This was in
Oh.
Hamburg, Germany. This is just a street shot, walking down the sidewalk and seeing these guys on the other side. And I walked over, just asked if I could take their picture, and they was all for it.
Yeah. Yeah, having a good time with the hookahs. Yeah, it looks like they replaced the hoses. Usually they're leather,
Yeah,
with rubber.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever seen anything like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many tubes coming, lines coming out of one. I've seen a couple.
Yeah. Well, yeah, usually they're four.
Or is there? Okay.
2 or 4. Yeah, this one's got 4. This one's got 2. Yeah. It looks like they're ready to play some kind of stupid drinking game here.
Yes.
Interesting. That's fun. I wonder, well, maybe not. I was thinking maybe a little vignette, but it's got such a nice kind of soft.
Yeah,
look.
I tried it, and I didn't think I cared for it.
Yeah, I agree, because it's got that nice soft look about it, and the vignette might just take that away. Yeah, I agree.
And this was in Bamberg also. This was, I could hear rattling coming, and
Oh,
I turned around and he was almost around the corner before I could get up and get a shot
inside
off.
the
This is what I
cans.
got out of it. They just
Very
got
cool.
married at the church at the end of the street, I guess.
Yeah.
Good
Looks
shot.
like they got a sign here, probably just married.
Yeah,
Very funny. Oh, and the flowers up here.
yeah,
It's a great shot.
Bows.
thank you.
That's great. I like his.
I like the purple
I like the
socks.
purple socks.
Yeah. He's got a little styling going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I like the fact you left this wraparound corner in and you got somebody coming up the street. That's nice.
yeah, I was gonna crop her out. There's a couple more guys behind her, and I thought, well, I'll leave one in
Yeah,
and got rid of some other noise behind her and just
Yeah.
left it like that.
yeah, that's good. That's just enough information. Okay.
And this is just
oh.
the bicycles in Bamberg and all the European cities, how they just always fascinated me. They throw them all together and how they find them back out again.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Or get one out of the middle there. too.
Yeah.
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 What's that catwalk store?
I couldn't tell you.
What did you process this in? Or is it just,
You know, that's been about, it was Lightroom or Photoshop of some
Oh,
kind.
okay,
But this has probably been 6-8 years ago. now, So
Okay.
I'm not really sure what I did do with it.
Yeah, it almost looks like an HDR composite.
Well, that's what I was
Right.
kind of thinking.
yeah,
I don't know that I'd done multiple shots on it though. Could have been an HDR with just a single shot.
Yeah, maybe an HDR look and then you dial it down a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a little more pastel-y. Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. I like the colors and just the feel of it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I like the girl sitting there on the ledge there on the cell phone.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought kind of tied it in.
It does, because you can see every bit of her face.
Right.
Very
Mhm.
nice. She's in a great spot.
Yeah.
The bicycles have almost a sculptural feel.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that caught my eye was his clearance sign, because we had a real high vehicle and we were.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
I didn't
that
know
tells you that 100 meters up, you've got some kind of overpass or something you gotta get under. Yeah, yeah. We had a clearance, I think of what, 275 meters, so yeah, about 9'6", I think. So a lot of times we'd have to reroute because of these.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Well, thanks.
yep.
Those are great.
Thank
Good
you.
fun. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. We got a few more this week. Photoshop real quick. Yeah. I think you guys might have seen this toward the end of last week.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. It's on the way to Casalina in the Piedmont area, which is another area similar to Tuscany, but it's more in the northwest area. I just kind of like the way this billboard had been faded, and it looks like they must have had several different things going on and just kept layering over it.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. I did change the sky. The sky was just kind of blown out, not too interesting.
Yeah, that's a cool sign.
Yeah,
Oh, I like this.
yeah.
Wow.
Very nice.
This was in Genoa. There were two staircases. This was a exit coming out of the Escher show they had there, the MC Escher show. And the entrance had a big, vertical illustration of one of his, the one where he holds the hand with the sphere on it. I kind of like this one more with the
Oh, it's beautiful.
coat arms on there.
yeah.
Worked out
Well,
nice.
that figure, the guy in there just really shows how immense that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're huge. And
Yeah.
then of course you can see he's got his mask there on his. They usually just kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
slide him up their arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're not wearing them. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So it's kind of fun.
Fantastic.
It looks like that coat arms have been there a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, thanks. This was in one of the little hill towns. I could probably get the name of the keywords later if you guys really want to know, but just an interesting group of shops I saw. And the flowers were amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
They almost don't look real. They're
Yeah.
so perfect.
Yeah. Pretty neat. And this was in another hill town.
Oh,
I believe it was Spoleto. And you see these all over the place. I guess they use them to maintain the buildings if they start spreading.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll just run these rods through the whole building and then put
Yeah.
these stays across them.
Yeah.
Really? How
Yeah.
interesting.
You see those
You
all
can
over.
see a big,
Yeah.
looks like a crack
Mhm.
to the
Yeah.
right of that.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes all the way kind of down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but this rod goes all the way through to the other wall, the
Yeah.
other exterior wall, the other side, and then
Oh, wow.
piece
Pins
down.
them together.
Yeah, they run them all the way through. Unless there's a load bearing wall somewhere on the inside, then they'll tie it off there. But a lot of times they just go, one exterior wall to the next.
Mhm.
Wow.
I just like the weathering and the green on him.
Yeah.
And the way the patina is down here. It's kind of fun.
It's just a decoration outside of someone's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these they use to tie their horses up with.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
huh,
tie rings.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been there a while because it looks like
Yeah.
there's an imprint of them into the wall.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you can see where they hit the
Yeah.
wall when they let go of them. Yeah, they've been there a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
This was in Siena, I believe.
Oh. Yeah.
This is a church in Siena.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
Just the top. I got the whole thing in another shot somewhere, but I really thought I'd zero in
Yeah.
on the top, and it was one of those
Yeah.
Arizona sky type of days.
Yeah.
I can't imagine painting that. What kind of scaffolding they had to have.
Yeah.
I believe this is actually
A mosaic.
Gold
mosaic.
leaf.
Yeah, this I believe is, yeah, it's a mosaic.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
yeah. Where they did the baptisms in really, really old church in Spoleto.
Mhm.
And this is in Ravenna, or Ravinia, some people call it. All mosaic, a lot of mosaic work there.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, you can see,
Well, that's massive, isn't it?
yeah, you can see this is all tile work.
It is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
pretty outstanding.
So those are fitted together without grout.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the ceiling.
Amazing, very amazing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can see why some of these places took centuries to build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do the artwork.
You don't remember when that was started, do you?
No idea. No idea.
Is this a single image?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, that's just a straight up with probably that 10 to 18 I have on the M6. You know, which would probably be equivalent to like a 24 to 35 on a full frame. And then off to Venice.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
cool.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the sunsets there were pretty nice. And the Grand Canal, Rialto Bridge.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. Mhm.
Just ran up to the bow and got a good shot.
Too bad that little boat is in there and everything else looks so
Oh, the-
period, you know,
oh,
and
the
then you've
motor-
got,
Yeah, well, it's that way everywhere there, though.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have over here too. You
oh,
know.
that's true.
Besides all, yeah, actually both of these, and then a little further out, it's all gondolas. Yeah, so yeah,
There's a nice feel with all the gondolas there and then
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's
Dang boat.
another one back here too. So
Yeah.
just
I
kinda-
like all the colors that shimmer in the water, even though the water is
yeah,
rough.
from all the buildings and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty neat.
Beautiful architecture.
Yeah, and of course, there's always a crowd up here.
Yeah.
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 We ate in that little restaurant just off to the right of that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, just another one. This one's not quite as modern, probably. Right,
No,
yeah,
it has a little class.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's it.
Very nice.
The drawings.
Nice.
Makes me want to go back.
Just for next. Yeah, no kidding. For sure. Let me stop sharing and